Eric was such an inspiration and role model for us all. His loss has created a Grand Canyon-sized hole in this community. Except instead of taking millions of years to slowly form, our worlds change overnight. His 3 boys' entire worlds and their perspectives on life changed. None of our lives will ever be the same. This last year has been a living hell for our family. We have watched as Kourie has paraded around portraying herself as a grieving widow and victim while trying to profit from the death of my brother. Both by trying to profit from a book about his death and trying to get life insurance and assets that should go exactly where Eric wanted them to his boys. Her behavior gives me great concern, as she has exploited the boys for money and will likely do so again. I am truly concerned that she will stop at nothing to dig her way out of the problems, including murder. She seems devoid of moral sensibility, and there is no telling what she will do if she is released.
All right, Detective, you're still under oath.
Do you know if Kourie's certified in CPR?
I do not.
Okay. And for someone in your training and experience, if someone doesn't know how to do CPR, it's entirely possible that although they may try, it may not be effective. That would include like food storage, perhaps packing a bag, correct?
The court determines there is substantial evidence to support the capital felony charge of aggravated murder against the defendant in this case. Having made that determination, the court considers whether it has discretion to grant defendant bail, notwithstanding that she has no right to bail under Article 1, Section 8 of the Utah Constitution. And having considered the arguments and authorities cited in the parties' briefing, the court determines as a matter of law that in the case of a capital felony that is supported by substantial evidence, while a defendant does not have a right to bail, the defendant may nonetheless still request bail, and the district court has discretion to grant bail if the circumstances warrant doing so. But the circumstances of this case weigh soundly against granting pretrial release of any kind.
Are there on each cell tower?
Typically 3.
Okay. And so if a phone is connecting to a tower through a certain sector, can you tell that it's someplace where that sector is for lack of a better word, broadcasting or collecting signals?
Yeah, so we can.
You mentioned earlier that police interactions with the defendant were captured on video. Have you reviewed that video?
Yes, I have.
Did the defendant provide police with a written statement in the early morning of March 4th, 2022?
Yes, she did.
Have you reviewed that statement?
Yes.
What on the early morning of Eric Richins' death did the defendant report had happened that evening?
She stated that the last time that she saw Eric alive was between 9:30 and 9:45 p.m. She stated that before going to bed, they had had a drink together to celebrate closing on a house for her business. She said that they got in bed between 9:30 and 9:45, and that shortly after getting into bed, one of the children had a nightmare, and that the defendant got out of bed and went to be with that child in their bedroom and slept in that bedroom until 3 a.m. or around 3 a.m. when she woke. She stated she returned to her own bedroom, got into bed, and felt that Eric was cold to the touch.